Welcome to the Lazy Fluency podcast, where we have casual conversations switching between English and Japanese, so you can learn from and with us along the way. I'm Joey.
And I'm Yami.
And the topic of the day is customer service.
Yay.
Specifically, yay. Specifically customer service in America and Japan. Do you have any experience? You don't know where I'm going with this, but do you have any thoughts about customer service in general, whether it be Japan or America?
まず、日本はちょっと、場所によるけど、ちょっと、例えば、洋服のお店だったら、いちいち店員が寄ってくるのが嫌だ。お客様、ご試着されますかとかめんどくさい。
What about, you don't like that, you don't like how, so what's your specific complaint?
だから、ちょっと leave me alone してほしい。いちいち店員が寄ってくるのが嫌だ。ただ見てるだけなのに、そう、ご試着されたいかったらお声掛けくださいみたいな。場所によるけどね。例えばユニクロだったら全然そういうの多分あんまないけど、もうちょっと、なんて言うんだろうね。もうちょっとちゃんとしたとこちゃんとしたってユニクロがちゃんとしてないわけじゃないんだけど、わかる言ってること。
Well, we might have it sounds like we might have go ahead.
なんて言えばいいんだろうね。はい、そう。お店によっては、ちょっと店員さんが寄ってくるのが嫌だから、イヤホンをしてるのを、めちゃめちゃ見せて近寄らないようにさせてる。
Well, we might have a very different take on this customer service situation. I'll give you my I'll give you my I don't know if ideal, but my usual interaction with stores and customer service in America. Just to give you an idea of my headspace. So I, on the other hand, really enjoy talking to employees, which I know some people hate a lot. But if it doesn't even matter where I'm at. It could be a big retail store like Walmart or a game hobby store or a restaurant. I actually very much enjoy small talk.
待って。スーパーで何ウォーマーとスーパーで何話すの？このリンゴすごく輝いてて赤いですねとか。
No, normally it starts with a casual how's it going, and then they'll maybe bring something a lot of times, at least maybe in rural America, they won't just say how's it going, and then for example, they'll be like, oh, how's it going? I'll be like, yeah, it's good. I just did this and that. And they'll be like, yeah, I actually also did, I also did this. And they'll be like, oh, I noticed you're buying that. I actually use that a lot of times in soups. And you'll be like, oh, what kind of soup? And they'll be like, oh, actually, there's a really good recipe with mushrooms that you could try out. And then, you can actually get some very, and sometimes it can get a little employees, at least in my experience, will just straight up be like, you know what, honestly, it's not a good week for me. This and that happened to me, and whatever like that. And if it's a game and hobby store, I'm very used to just talking about anything, whatever, because I tend to be good friends with some of the both the workers and the business owners of them, at least locally. So I'll literally just I can just walk to a hobby store and I'll just chat up with the owner or some employees for 2 hours and then just leave.
ねえ、すごい。私覚えてるのが、アメリカ、日本以外の私アメリカとオーストラリアって時に、スーパーで買い物するとさ、まず、レジの人がさ、How you doing? みたいなの聞くじゃん。
Yeah.
買い物、レジの時に。で、終わったら、Have a nice day みたいな感じで一人一人言ってくじゃん。
Yeah, I mean, for the most part.
そう。でさ、それ、初めてね、経験した時にね、もう、そんなこと言うんだと思って、もう戸惑って何も言い返せなくてさ、逆に、ちょっと申し訳ない気持ちになったんだよ。ね、店員さんが、元気って聞いてんのにさ、無言とか。だから、
You
日
didn't
本
respond with anything?
そうそう、なんか日本人の集団で行ったからさ、しかも学生だったからさ、全然わかんないわけじゃん。だからその集団の、レジ担当してた人は、聞いてるのに無言で返されるっていうね、かわいそうにね。
Yeah.
そう。
There's actually wait, so what's your thought about small talk then? So you hate small talk then?
なんか、いや多分ね、日本はそういうことしないから、逆にされると、ちょっと、この人、ちょっと、なんて言うんだろうね。変な人っていうか、丸く言うとね、変な人って思っちゃうから、なるべく、なんていうの、そういう人がいたら、ちょっと、早く話を切り上げたくなっちゃうかもしれないけど、でも多分、旅行行って、そういう話しかけられたら、その場所ではスモートークがうまい。されるっていうのを分かってるから、楽しめると思うよ。うん。
Wait, is this if you were in America? Is
そ
what
う
you're
そうそ
saying?
う。そう。日本だったらちょっとびっくりしちゃうかも。日本人にされたら。
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually a store in America called Trader Joe's. I think it's only exclusive to the Northwest, but I might be completely wrong about that.
うん、聞いたことある。
Oh, you have heard of Trader Joe's?
うん、YouTube で。
Yeah, and like I don't know how much of this is part of their policy, but it's a really big part of the culture. And I think you're even trained to be this way, where you have to be very talkative and sociable to like all the customers.
じゃあ、コミュ
It's
障
the
の
exact
人は
opposite
ダ
of
メなん
Japan.
だ。店員になっちゃう。
Yeah, this is
じゃあもう日本人
throwing
ダメ
anime
じゃん。
references.
日本人ほとんどの人、Trader Jones だっけ？ Trader Joe's。
But the food is fire. Yeah, I actually went for the first time when I went to Oregon, and yeah, I would love Trader Joe's if I had anyone near me. And yeah, the employee gave us some banger recommendations. We were looking for a specific type of sweet that they sell there, but it wasn't there. So then they gave us like a backup option. They're like, this is actually pretty good. I've had it before, and it was really good. And then also I learned about, oh my God, this is kind of a whole separate conversation, but it's like kettle potato chips, except they're like also like pickle flavored. So they have like dills, and it tastes so good. It was so good. I don't even know.
さあ、そういうのも店員さんから聞いて、いろいろ話して、これがいいよとか。
No, my brother was already aware of that. It's a Trader Joe exclusive. So they have, you know how like I think some combinis have their own food?
あ、そうね、なんかね、限定。
Like 7-Eleven has their own brand, and same with Lawson's, and then Family Mart.
とか、そうそうそう。なんか
Yeah. I survived off of their like what was it? Which one was it? It's Family Mart, I think. Family Mart has this whole like 100円 series of like very value. Family Mart, I think is what it was called.
ファミマで100円 ?100
円? Yeah, there's a lot of 108円, but a lot of like chips and stuff like there's a lot of exclusive like there's one with I think it was like shrimp chips or something.
それあれじゃない100円ローソンとかじゃなかった違うか
No, it wasn't a Lawson.
違う
Lawson does have exclusive stuff as well. I think all of them have their own like lines of food that they're able to make cheaper because I assume they have more control of the like production line. But anyways, so yeah. So with okay, so as I established, I very much like talking to other people, and so when I went to Japan, I was like, it was like a mixed bag. Because on one hand, Japan has mad efficient, very good in like most objective ways customer service. Like you get exactly what you want. Some people I know were saying that like people would get confused if you ask for something else that's not on the menu. Like for example, in America, it's very common to say, "Can I have this? But can you remove the cheese?" or something like that. And in Japan, I guess in some locations you can't do that, but.
なかなか、
maybe I'm not that picky. Yeah, go ahead.
なんか YouTube かななんかで見たんだけど、アメリカ人はよくメニュー メニュー通りに注文しないっていうね。なんか、エクストラで頼んだ
No,
り、何々を
no.
取り除いたり
Menus.
とか。
The menu's a starting place. It's like, oh, that's a good idea.
すごい
Let me
自分
tweak
で
it.
ね、カスタマイズするのがもう常識なんだ。
Well, yeah, I think if I'm trying to remember. Maybe I didn't ask anything that was specifically like making somebody go really out of their way,
うん
but because they would really like Japan, they go hard to not make the customer feel awkward.
うん
So I could totally see them at least trying to do something.
うん
But I did have experience with them a lot of the time freaking out.
うん
Like when I went with, I mean, obviously, if I just went with like me and a Japanese friend, it was fine.
うん
But if I went with like me and then it was like all foreigners,
うん
like, oh, everybody was just panicking.
あー
Well, maybe that's understandable.
そうね。あね何そのファミレスとかでもさ、自分でカスタマイズしちゃうの？
I mean, I don't really have anything to customize at Family Days.
うん
Like, or family. Oh, you mean family restaurant, not family mart.
そう、ファミ
Sorry.
リーマート、ファミリーマートってできるわけないじゃん。ファミリーレストラン。
Maybe. I don't know what you would customize. But I mean, at a restaurant, yeah, I mean, at restaurants, it's super common in the US, if that's what you're asking.
うん。ああ、そう
You'd be
なん
like
だ。
this, but
うん。
remove this, or this without the blank, or this plus this.
うん。
Or can you do this, but add this onto it? Yeah, it's very, very common.
ああ。
Yeah.
まあそれでさ、あれじゃない
oh, go ahead,
あ
sorry.
の、サービスが良かったらさ、そのウェイターさんにちょっとチップが増えるとかね、その対応が良かったらとか、そこ
Oh,
にも
hold up. Oh, that's a whole.
違うつながってな
No,
い
you know what? No. I'm just gonna say that's probably gonna be another topic in itself, and
OK
because of that,
うん
I'm just gonna leave tips. I'm gonna leave tips alone. We'll get back to tips.
うん
One of these days we'll get back to tips. But yeah, before I tangent off too hard,
うん
like so I tried because I'm super talkative, even though I was aware that Japan isn't super talkative when it comes to their customer service.
うん
You know, I still have faith, that I can carry on a conversation with a worker anyways.
うんまあ
And so I remember
うん
I mean, I tried to multiple times, and sometimes I think it was okay, but definitely not to the degree in America where you can just kind of talk and talk and talk. But it was at a book off, which is another subject I will definitely talk about at some point. And I can't remember how the conversation started. I think it started with me wanting to buy like some merch, like merchandise
うん
for book off, but they didn't have any.
うん
So I was like, at first I was like, in Japanese, I was like, do you sell any t-shirts?
うん
And he's like, no, I don't think we have any. And I'm like, okay, what about like bags? Like, do you sell any bags? And they're like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, okay, what about pencils? Or maybe like, do you sell anything that has book off on it?
うん
And then I could definitely tell he was like, what is this? What is going on here? And then, I think I continued. Oh, what was it? I was asking him about. Oh no, I was just telling him like, well, like if you did have one, I would be willing to advertise book off because if you could get one in. And then I was like, is there any chance like you you have like any manager that you could talk to? It was like I was like,
Wow.
I was very determined. It's because it was one of the last times I went and I wanted to pick up some
確かにね
merchandise from book
う
off.
ん
And yeah, every turn in the conversation he was doing his best to kind of end it, but I think it was a good vibe. I can normally read people, I think, pretty well, so I don't think he was too scared, if that's
うん
how I should put it.
それ何日本語で聞いたの英語で聞いたの
Obviously in Japanese.
それで
Yeah.
英語で聞いたらもう、ごめんなさいってなっちゃうからね。そう。
Yeah, obviously. What? No, that'd be hilarious. No, of course not.
多
that'd
分、なんだ、アメリカのスモールトークだったらさ、そこの、ないですってなったらさ、ちょっとこういう理由でこうで、いやー、私も欲しいんですよね、みたいな自分、個人的なさ、感想とかも入れてくるんじゃないその、スモールトークに、店員さんが。
You're talking about the Japanese
あ、じゃあアメリ
or
カ
in
みたいな。そう
America?
そうそうそう。
Oh yeah, no,
だから
totally.
スモ
I
ール
think
トーク。
oh no, he didn't give me any of that. I was looking for that. I was looking for the,
う
you
ん
know, that would be nice,
うん
or you know, that would be this.
うん
I don't know. I just I honestly I would take. Oh man, I'm trying my best not to get into tipping because that's a whole part about customer service. I could just talk forever about that specifically, but I will say is that it to me it's a huge bummer because it feels like I'm talking to robots, and the problem is when we have I mean, Japan does have robots in a lot of
うん
they're like or not a lot, but in some like from like some of the 24/7 custom convenience stores. I know they tried it out.
うん
Or something like that. I remember reading about that. But
Mm.
once they're good enough, there's no point to have customer service or any workers there, and everything's going to be like Amazon. Like Amazon has their own like, I've never been there, but they have like apparently their own store where there are no employees,
うん
and you just walk in and take stuff out.
うん
And obviously that's efficient and good, but that would make me kind of bummed because I'm one person. But in Japan, it's like they're like their end goal is to have that because the it's like in an effort to think that you're what is it the customer is God,
うん
the Japanese mindset, whatever. Ironically for me, that's what makes them replace. Like if we can be homies and talk to them, then it's like, hey, I want to go to this place, and I'm also down to talk to like Steve or whatever, see how he.
あ
Yeah,
の
but if it's just like a
うん
robot, I'm like,
そ
I
う
don't.
ね
There's no human to human interaction
う
there.
ん多分あれ
And
いい
I
ね
oh go
あ
ahead.
ごめ
Sorry.
んごめん商品目当てじゃなくてお店の人目当てで行くことにもつながるからねスモートークがあれば
Yeah, obviously it depends on the store. If you're going to
うん
Walmart, that's less common. But like a
うん
smaller specialty stores, which
うん
Japan has a lot of,
うん
I feel like would benefit from a more personal connection between patient and customer.
う
Or not
ん
patient, sorry.
ペーシェント病院か
Yeah, customer and oh god, employee.
うん
There we go.
うんね忘れたの
Um, yeah, no, I just blanked really hard. I was like, what's the opposite of a customer?
うん
But yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like being so overly like disconnected is gonna eventually get like all the Japanese workers replaced.
うん
You know, when robots are good enough, there's like gonna be no reason to even have them. And Japan, as we already discussed like last week, has like a loneliness problem. So or some
あ
so
ー
like
それ
social
もつながってる
isolation.
わあー確かにね
Yeah, and so you can't even have any relationships with people even like casually. And I've actually made a decent amount of friends just from going to a store.
あ
Like straight up.
Mm.
Like I met them while I was talking at the register. I think like somebody like 2 weeks ago that I was just talking to at the register, and then we just had some things in common, and then we just exchanged numbers.
ーすごい
Like literally
そ
after
ん
10
なこ
minutes.
と起きないよそんなこと起きないな
And well, then we ended up hanging out a week later. So
ねすごいわ
in my opinion, human interaction, like a lot of people are saying, like I've heard the argument, they're like, you're not making anybody's day. What are you trying to do? Save the world by talking to an employee? And I don't really see it like that. I just see it as like getting some human to human interaction is a good thing.
うん
It keeps you grounded.
うんまあしかもだってそういうさ、まあ、スーパーとかじゃなくて専門店でさ行ったらさ同じ趣味の人が集まってるわけだからさそれもうパーフェクトじゃないだって友達で同じ趣味でさ語れるしさ出会う
Well, yeah,
のには
that's what's in my head. But when I went to a lot of like manga or bookstores and other stuff, people are randomly like self-isolating.
うん
Like
えそれ
like
何日本の
like you'd think yeah
うんそうそうそう
like when I went to some bookstores, I would expect somebody to be like, oh wow, you picked up that. I'm a really big fan of that series. Like, what are you thinking? But most of the time, it's just everybody's like standing and reading, which is the weirdest thing ever. I love to talk about just that. I find that hilarious.
うんしかも本屋でねペチャクチャ喋るのはねなんかねタブーな感じがする日本だとみん
Yeah,
な
I just don't know why.
うん
It doesn't have to. You can read. There's so much time to read. I don't know.
うん
And there's not even like a lot of the bookstores don't even want you reading the books. Like standing there and reading the books, but people do it anyways.
まあね、カバ
Do you know
ー
what
してあ
I'm
るよ
talking
ね。透明のカバーね。
Yeah,
でもあれ、
yeah,
あれたま
exactly.
に破って読んでる人いるけどね。
Tamani, there's a lot
う
from where I went.
あね。
But
ま
yeah,
あ、確かにな。だって本読んでてさ、それ私も好きなんですよ、つってさ、連絡先交換とかならないわな。
with that attitude, won't.
すごいわ。
If any of you, if any of your listeners, I'm very curious because I know, at least in America, has like, I don't know if this is like a new thing or whatever, but because everybody's kind of also getting more self-isolated in America, it seems like everybody thinks they're an introvert, or if they are an introvert, they're like, I hate having to talk and communicate and whatever. So I want to hear some hot takes from, or people don't like small talk, or they do like small talk, or am I an asshole because I'm talking to employees? Let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know at lazyfluency@gmail.com.
メール送ってね。lazyfluency@gmail.com Hi, we're back.
戻ったよ。
Back. Okay, so I have an life update, and my school has just started, and I am kind of, how do I say, freaking out because so I was having a spring break for like 2 months, and right now I have to take 6 or 5 classes a day, so I'm just freaking out. Yeah.
ポッドキャスト始めてからなんかこういうポッドキャスト始めたのは休み中だからこれはそのなんか学校を取ってる中のポッドキャストでしょ
Yeah, right. So that means our podcast is 2 months anniversary, I guess.
先週は2 month anniversary だと思うんだけど
last episode.
2ヶ月記念日
Okay.
8話だから、わ
Oh,
かんないんだけど
congrats! Yay! Thank you for listening.
イェイイェイおめでとう
I hope our podcast will be a success in the future. Yeah.
まあ、サクセスの意味によるんだけど、一応頑張っていきたいと思っています。
Yes, exactly. And so, and also, I'm doing an online English teacher and also a Japanese online teacher for foreigners. I haven't got any students yet, but I will soon have the first student. And I have I had weird message from a student. Like when they book my lessons, they send me messages. Then so this is the one I'm gonna read. Hi Ayami.
どうぞ。
Hope you are well. I am considering booking daily lessons with you. I have a small request for my lessons. I would like to be naked on camera. Is that okay with you? Hell no. What's wrong with you guys?
全然
Oh my god.
なんか文脈なかったのそれ。
Yeah, so this is the only message I got from this person.
です。まあ。
So I just reported him and then blocked him immediately. Yeah, just,
それは普通かどうかわかんないんだけどなんか日本だとまあこれは私の個人的な意見ですが、そういうなんか40歳50歳の日本人男性はちょっと変態なんていうかである傾向が高い。わかんないんだけど。
Yeah, but there are many good people, yeah, too. So well,
まあ
yeah,
それもあるんだけど、なんか何でしたっけ今考えてるなんか言えないべきことをちょっと言いたくなってきた。でもまあいや。
Well, yeah, yeah, but I don't know how we can put this.
なんか友達は、あゆみの友達はこういうような経験したことあるの？もちろん、なんか授業を教えてるんじゃなくて、ただ、なんか変態事件とか、セクハラじゃないんだけど、何でしたっけ？痴漢？
I don't think so. I've never heard of like that kind of story from my friends.
う
Mm.
ん。
Have you?
でも、私、痴漢。
する側か。
まあ、
する側。
いや、する側じゃなくて、される側でも、ちょっと考えさせてください。
Okay.
まあ、うーん。
Like
まあ、
weird
な
experience
いかも。
on the
男性からの
Okay.
変な
うん。
メッセージ、ハロートークで、ハロートークはソーシャルメディアのアプリ、なんか言語交換が目
Yeah.
的
Yeah.
で使ってる
Exchange.
人。
Yeah.
うん。で、そういうアプリを使ったときは、なんか、ほとんどの時に、日本人の男性と話してたときに、まあ、ほとんどというか、50%、
Wow. 50%
40、
is
50、
kind of like
45%
a
かな。
large number.
まあ、まあ、まあそう。そういう、なんかいつも恋愛的な話になるんだけど、なんかその前に、例えば私が、そういうなんか電話をし始めると、なんか、初めて、初め、初めの言ったことは、
うん。
なんか、何でしたっけ？エッチしたことあるの？それで、なんか、
Wow.
あの、自己紹介する前の話。
Wow, that's just too
で、
straight.
私が、で、なんか私がどうやって答えたのかちょっと思い出せないんだけど、とりあえずなんか次の質問は、彼女はいるの？で、彼女いないなら、なんか彼女を、なんていうか、作るのを手伝ってくださいみたいな、
What?
発言でした。
Like,
うん。
what? What
うん。
people...
私が面白いと思ったから、
うん
まあ、日本語で何て言うかわかんないんだけど、英語だと went along with it それで、
うん
うん、なんか何千いるよ。なんか何の手伝いがいるんですかと、
Okay.
返
So
事
you
し
just
て、
like how do I say? So in Japanese we say なんか話に乗ったりとかなんか
話に乗っ
う
た。
ん
完全に話に乗った。そういう変な、質問が来ると、
Wow.
なんか会話
I
話に
guess
乗るしかない。
people do that because it's on the online, like on the internet. So like Japanese people are really shy, so I think they can't say that in front of people. So that's why they tend to be like weird, like on
repressed sexuality という
yeah on the internet.
日本語でそういう repressed sexuality の概念あるの？
Depressed. なんて言うん
repressed
だろうね。
sexuality というのは自分がそういう性的な感情を出せないからそういうなんか実際になるとまあいざとなると出すときになんか爆発的ななんか状態になるそういうほとんどの時はその repressed sexuality は普通の人以上の変なことをやってしまうことが多い。
like that's kind of true. I guess like if you
で、
なんだ how to say how to say なんか押さえつけすぎるとなんか反動で right?
そう。
そう。Yeah.
なんか今持ってるんだけど、その裸だけでの、あなんか今持ったんだけど、そういう変なじいさんでしたっけその変なメッセージを送った人、その目的は実際に裸でそういうレッスンを受けることじゃなくて、あやみのなんか変な反応欲しかっただけかも。
No.
やだ、変態みたいな。
I don't know. Oh my god, this is
なんか実際考えるとどうやって、なんか例えば裸だったら、なんか裸だけでいい？なんか何もしてなくて、裸でそのレッスンを受けることはちょっと、 想像しにくいんだけど、絶対に女にしたいと思ってるんだけど、そういうことやってたら。
Like, so I remember my sister. So I sent this message. So the message I received from the student. So I sent it to my sister, and her first reaction was, "Is this person like?" So this person might not be able to use camera or doesn't want to use camera. So is that why he's saying this? みたいな。
ちょっとわかんないんだ。どういうこと？なんか、なんか、
So
す
since
ごく
he
貧乏だか
doesn't,
ら服持たないから。
yeah, or like he
いや、あ
doesn't
りえ
want
な
to
い
use
よ、多分それ。
camera. So is it possible like to be naked or maybe he's lazy, so he doesn't want to wear any clothes or
lazy?
something.
で、私はなんかいつでも服着てるんだけど、なんか寝てる時も。
Oh yeah, I
どう
don't
いうこ
know.
と？
Just yeah, that's my sister's first impression. So I guess that she's kind of stupid. Yeah.
なんかそれ他の変な、なんか、まあ同じようなメッセージじゃなくていいんだけど、なんかハロートークとか他のソーシャルメディアで変なメッセージ送られるの？
Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, I have some experiences, but it's gonna be a little bit long, so maybe I will not talk here. If you're
うん。
interested in, then yeah, maybe I will talk like
私が
someday.
気になってるってこと？それとも視
I
聴
don't
者
know, like
視聴者が気に
listeners,
なる？
listeners.
うん。
Yeah.
変な話に興味あるのなら、ぜひ、
Yes.
コメントとイメールで送っ
Yes.
てください。
Yes.
書いてください。
Okay. Yeah. And like,
で、ごめんね。
oh,
いや、
sorry.
続
So,
けてください。
do you have any life update?
ライフアップデート。まあ、ライフアップデートというか、最近起こったことは、私が Age of Empire をやってるってことを伝えたと思う。なんか
Yeah.
一度だけ。
Mm-hmm.
Age of Empire は RTS、日本語でなんていうかわかんないんだけど、Real Time Strategy Game。なんか戦争を、なんていうか、戦争をやってるんだけど、そういうなんかそれぞれの、兵器じゃないんだけど、こういうなんか特別用語すぎるからちょっと無理かもしれない。でも、なんかその戦争の中の人間を操る
Mm-hmm.
操ってる、
Mm.
ゲーム。で、
Mm.
最近、Ranked シーズンが始まった。Ranked というのは、みんながスコア、なんかそれぞれのレベルがあって、で、なんか、たくさん勝つと、だんだん上がる、そのレベルが。
Mm.
で、もっと競争的な、環境になる。
Mm-hmm.
で、楽しいと思って。なんか今まで少しだけやったんだけど、
Mm.
そういう、ランクが下がる時の悔しさが、なんていうか、私の向上したい気持ちを増やしてる気がする。
Mm. So like,
普通の、どう
sorry.
ぞ。
You said you played Elden Ring, right? So
そ
which one is better?
う。全然違うゲームだから、
So you can't
ちょっと
compare.
比べにくい。
Oh, okay.
マジで違うだから。なんか、
Oh.
エルデンリングは一人ゲーム。
Mm-hmm.
シングルプレイヤーゲームは何という日本語で知ってるの？
Single player game.
シングルプレイヤーゲーム。
I don't know. I don't play games, so
ま
I
あ、
don't know the terms.
Age of Empires Age of Empires Age of Empire でもシングルプレイヤーできるんだけど、この場合だとムルチプレイヤーをやってる。
Oh.
ランクと
Oh, I
他の
see, I see.
人と実際にオンラインでゲームをやってる。
So like if you guys want to play with Joey, then maybe he can play with you. Is that possible, right?
うんうん。
うん。
まあ、エイジ・オブ・エンパイアやってる人がいたらすごいと思うんだけど、そんなに
really?
有名だけど、まあ、日本だと全然有名じゃないと思う。
Oh, okay.
完全に。で、アメリカだとまあまあ有名だけど、RTS は結構難しいジャンルだから、そんなに、まあ、流行ってない。流行ってるんだけど、まあ、普通のゲームと比べると、普通のジャンルとかと比べると、そんなに、有名じゃないと思う。でも、一緒に誰かがやりたかったらぜひ、今パートナー探してるから、そういう、なんか私の友達をやってたんだけど、今は全然やってないから。悔しいよ。
Joey is feeling lonely.
いや、ロンリーじゃないんだけど、まあ、ロンリーかもしれない。
You need a game partner.
まあ、エイジ・オブ・エンパイアだけの話。他のゲームに関しては全然大丈夫だけど。
Well, yeah, so if you want to play with him, then please comment below or send us emails.
And we're back again. Just because I always forget. And I probably should do this at the beginning. But, and I said this at the beginning, but I should probably start the podcast with this. Just so we get emails at some point. But normally this is where we would answer questions in an email. And I say normally, but it hasn't happened once. But in theory, this would be when we answer emails.
本当にね、本当に何でもこういう企画やってほしいとか、質問とか、
it's fine.
感想とか、
We'll continue to come up with, yeah.
イメールで送ってください。あと YouTube の場合は
At lazyfluency at gmail.com.
Yes. YouTube のコメントとかね。はい。待ってますんでね。
Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, I have another rant, and I actually thought I talked about this before, but I don't think I have. And I mean, if I run out of rants, I'll kind of be surprised. But yeah. Anyways, here we go. My rant for today about Japanese has to do with verbs. I've complained about counting things before. But I'm not complaining about and how I've complained about specifically how you have like a different way to count everything and how incredibly inconvenient that is. This time, this time it's similar, except it's for verbs and putting things on your body. So this is like the tsukeru, haku, kaburu. And so obviously I already am not used to saying, like, because in English, put on a hat, put on my shoes, put on my pants, put on my shirt, put on my ring. Yeah, exactly. Literally everything. Put on my glasses, put on my lipstick. So not only obviously do I not understand the point of having to have multiple verbs for different parts of your body,
but wear を使うでしょ wear.
Wear. Well, that's not to put on, right? For Japanese, it's
着る
that's different, right?
着る
No, but I'm saying no. Well, kiru isn't to wear by that's like. Are you saying like I'm wearing a jacket or something? Because that's the same. Yeah.
そうだ、なんか着るじゃなくて着てるが wear だよね。
Yeah.
だからプロンは着るだからね、確かに。
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, obviously my first problem is the fact that there are a billion different, or not a billion, there's less, but my main problem is ambiguity about, like, because I still haven't quite figured out. So I'm gonna throw you some. You have some example cases that you need to figure out for me.
Go ahead.
So this help. So we just cover the basics here. So mask.
マスクはつける。はい。
Okay. So hat.
帽子をかぶる。
Okay. So socks, like shoes and socks.
靴下を履く。靴を履く。
Okay. So that's basic round one. Yay. You did it. We're gonna time to make. I don't know. I'm just curious to see how you answer because I have eternal questions. So let's say you have a helmet, a full-on helmet.
うん。
So what's that?
かぶるかつけるだな。ヘルメット
Well,
をか
which
ぶ
one?
るかつ
Like
ける。
no, but which one?
どういうこと？
Wait, you saying it's both?
うん。
You,
どっち
so
で
like
も
a
いけ
biker
る。
helmet.
うん。どういうこと？
So why does that? Okay,
うん。
wait. Okay. So you're saying both of them work?
うん。だと思うよ。
Okay. What if I have a hat that has a visor?
え
A visor is like a like kind of like
前に
connected to the
さ、
front.
そうそうそう。
Yeah.
そんなもんあるか？
Wait,
ハッ
wait,
ト
wait.
と、ハットと
You're
何？サンバイザーがさ、サンバイザーっていうかバイザーがさ、コンビネーショ
just
ンになってる。
golfing hat? I feel like maybe it seems like they'd have some. I mean, okay. You know, actually, I have a good example. What about those like bug hats? You know, like the ones with the nets.
ああ、ちょっと待って。あれでしょ、蜂のさ、蜂の、
Yeah.
蜂蜜取る
Well,
とき
hold on.
の。
We're not there. Hold on. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Hold on. I'm just saying. No, because you can have that has a whole suit. But I'm just talking about just a hat. You have a hat with like a net around it.
OK。ちょっと考えさせて。
Okay.
かぶるじゃないそれは。
Okay. So what? So so what I'm getting is like, if it covers your face, it's kaburu. No, if it covers your head, it's kaburu.
そうそう、なんか、頭のさ、
Okay.
球状を全体包み込むのがかぶる。
Okay. So here's my question. What if it's just the net? Like there's a hole where your head is. So it doesn't cover your head, but it goes around your head.
どういうこと？頭の、
Like a cylinder. No, imagine you're wearing a cylinder on your head. Or like like a cylindrical piece of paper. You put a big cylindrical piece of paper over your head.
シリンダーって何？
It's like, imagine a circle
うん。
and then move that circle down 3 dimensions. Like move it straight down.
あ
It's like a kind of like
あ。
the handle of a lollipop cylinder.
ああ。
Or like, like a water bottle.
うん。
That's a cylinder.
ワルボロってシリンダーなんだ。あ、はいはい、
Yeah.
口つけるところは空洞だからってこと？
Oh no, just like the whole bottle itself. Like, like it's just a 3-dimensional
うん。
sort of no, I mean, it's just like a bottle. My hydro flask?
うん。
Yeah, that's a cylinder. Or the bottom half of
それを
that's a
何？
cylinder.
それをそういう帽子ってこと？
Yeah, so basically there's a hole in the top and the bottom, and you're just wearing it over your neck or over your head.
それかぶれんの？あ、じゃあ
Well,
かぶる。
it's not over you. It's not hitting your head. It's not covering your head. There's a hole in your head.
じゃあ何？おでこから下はかぶるってこと？
Well, no, I'm just asking questions. I just want to know whether it's kaburu or tsukeru.
そんな変な表現ないから。かぶるじゃないの？
Well, why would I thought you said it has to cover your head. It's not covering your head.
違う、なんか。
So wouldn't that be more like
カ
megane?
バー
So
って
it's
いう
more
か
like
覆
tsukeru?
ってる感じ？なんか包み込んでる感じがかぶるなんじゃないの？
Okay. Well, then what about like riot masks? Like they only cover like half of your face. Like they have a big glass panel.
何マスク？
They're called riot masks. They're like big, hard plastic, like military, when they're trying to control large crowds. They'll wear like big plastic, like think about, how biker helmets have like the plastic part in front of them to protect their face?
うん。なんか
Yeah, it's
プラ
like
スチッ
it's
ク
like
みたい
that, except it goes all the way to, like to the sides on both sides of your face, and there's no like top part.
かぶる？
It's just like a cover. But that's not even. Hold up.
Tsukeru?
Now we have a big problem. That's not.
Tsukeru
That one's not even. That one's tsukeru. Because I was about to say that's not even covering the
つける
back
だ
of your head, and it's not covering the top.
つけるな気がする。
So that's
だから
tsukeru.
あれでしょ、フェイスシールドみたいなやつでしょ？
Yeah, it's like a face shield.
じゃあそ
Exactly.
したら
Yeah.
つけるじゃない？
I don't know. I'm asking. This is what
つけるだよ。
bothers. There are actually quite a lot of these weird examples with headgear, and I feel like I don't know. It's especially tsukeru. Haku's fine. Can't really think of any weird situations where Ooh, I have an idea. So I think I know the answer to this one, but if you have, how would this work? So if you have a monkey, you know what monkeys have like the same hands that they have feet.
うん。
So if you have a glove for a monkey, then I guess okay, yeah, I think I know the answer to this, but then depending on whether you're putting the gloves on their hands or putting them on their feet, it changes between wait, gloves are kiru, right?
手袋でしょ、つけるだよ。
Oh, tsukeru.
うん
Wait, why is that tsukeru?
手袋は、
That
だっ
doesn't
て洋
seem
服じゃ
right.
ない。洋服は着るだけど、なんか小物はつけるだよ。
No,
あ、だ
but
け
you
ど
don't
靴下
tsukeru
は
for
履く
your,
だ
for
ね。
your feet.
靴下
Yeah.
は履くで手袋はつけるから、
Well,
それ
I have an
が、
idea. Hold on. What about like toe socks? Like just small things you put over your toes.
なんだそれ。
Is that also hakaku? That seems like tsukeru. Okay, imagine like a toe ring,
う
like a
ん。
ring that goes on your toe. People wear them in America.
あ、な
I
んか
think
何
they do at least.
指輪を、足の指につけんの
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
あ、じ
Oh
ゃあ
wait,
つけ
so
る
that's
で。
tsukeru.
つけるだ。
Even though it's on your feet.
うん。だけど、指輪もつける。手の場合も。
Okay. So imagine socks,
うん。
except for it only it only extends halfway down your foot. So only like your toes.
なんやねん、
Only
そ
your toes
ん
and
なの誰も履かないって。ないから。
well, so hakanai.
履
So
かな
that's
い。
haku.
それは靴下っていう概念だからさ、履くなんじゃないの
Well, I mean, I guess we can define what a sock is. So what if it's just your toes?
だから、それが靴下なら履くだよ。
No, what? It's just over your toes, and so that's haku. It's not on your foot at all. It's just.
じゃあ何それは靴下じゃないの
I don't know. Like I said, this is just. I'm just an investigator here. I'm just trying to get to
そ
the
れかつ
truth.
けるつけるのなんかな履くかな自分が読んだったら。
Okay, I think I've. This has actually been kind of helpful. Oh, another one I'm curious about. Like your ears.
うん。
Wait, headphones are also tsukeru?
ヘッドホン、
Or earbuds? Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, hold up. Over ear headphones versus in ear headphones. Is that tsukeru for both of them?
ヘッドホンをするがヘッドホンを、
Well, suru.
そう、ヘッドホンするって言うよね。
That
言うん
is
だよ。
weird.
ヘッドホン
What about earbuds?
イヤホンする。イヤホンつける。イヤホン使う。あ、まあ、それはまだ、イヤホンするってめっちゃ言う。イヤホンする。
Suru? So
イヤ
you're
ホンつけ
headphoning?
る。で、ヘッドホンは、かけるでもいいかな。
Oh, like lay it on your head?
そう。なんかね、引っかかってる。メガネもかけるじゃん。だから、何かに引っ掛けて使うものはかけるなんだ。
Wait. Meganes kakeru?
メガネをかけるじゃん。
What if it's like the, you know, like the volleyball glasses? Or not volleyball glasses. Those like ones that you wrap around your, that like they, with
ゴー
bands?
グルをする。ゴーグルをつける。
Well, they're not goggles. They're glasses.
でもだって後
You're
ろ
not wearing, yeah, but you're not wearing them. They're not meant to protect your eye from like debris. They're meant for you to see, like your vision.
じゃあ、メガネをするじゃない。
Oh,
かけ
suru.
る
Oh,
はなん
that's
か
that's
引
a
っかか
cop
ってる
out.
時なの。
Suru is a cop out. It's not tsukeru for some reason.
なんかするだね。ヘッドフォンする。
So under any ambiguity, you can just say suru.
え
So at any time there's an ambiguous situation, you can just say suru.
でも、他にはないかもしれない。だからメガネとか。
It sounds so funny. If
そ
in
の
English that just doesn't work at all. You're like, oh, I'm coating right now.
I'm gonna 何
I'm headphoning.
headphoning.
Yeah, don't
そう
worry.
だ
I'm
ね。
headphoning right now.
あ
I'm
あ、
gonna headphone.
そうね、イヤホンする
Well,
って
yeah,
めっ
hope.
ちゃ言うよ。これ、教科書絶対載ってないと思う。こういう表
Yeah,
現。
suru.
ね。
I'm pretty sure it's not
だよ
for
ね。
suru. That
そ
sounds
れか、
whack.
私の日本語間違ってるかな。
I don't know. Whatever's normal is probably correct
う
with you.
ん。ああ、わかんないけ
Well,
ど。
I feel like I learned a lot. I'm not sure.
うん、ちょっとね、
Hopefully.
これめちゃめちゃいい日本語講座じゃない？
Well, yeah, I always forget. Yeah, megane for some reason in my head should be tsukeru, but apparently it's kakeru,
う
and I
ん、
always
そう
forget
そ
that.
う。
And then we went through ears. Um, if it's like, wait, hold up. What's makeup, by the way? Or that's
メ
just
イク
suru?
を、メイクする。
Okay,
うん、メ
that
イク
makes
はする。
sense.
メイクはするしかないかもしれない。メイクしてる
What about
とか、そう。
what about putting on lipstick?
リップする。リップつける。リップ塗る。
Lipping?
あー
Lip nuru.
リップ塗る。リ
That
ッ
makes
プ
sense.
つける。リップする。リップ。
Okay. I mean, I think we've gotten to the bottom of a lot of issues here.
うん。
This is, I mean, I'm probably going to make these mistakes in the future as well. But I think, yeah, this was a good refresher.
うん
Hopefully other people learned
Ne.
how to properly use these different I'm just asking the big questions that need to be asked about ambiguous situations. When I wear my net, wait, you didn't properly answer my, oh no, you said it was skitter, but that sounds wrong. About the net, the one that the one that's a
Skitter.
cylinder but it's like a net around your head.
つける。かぶるかつけるじゃない。
That well, the problem is the ka. We can't have. I want one or the other. I can't have a skitter or kaburu. I need definitive answers here,
何
or else I'm gonna be walking. Well, because I need to use
じゃあ
it.
つ
I'm
け
gonna be
る。
walking around and then
じゃあつける。
skitter. Okay, final answer.
うん、
if
わかんない。
if you guys have any more what's it called ambiguous question or
勝手に
ambiguous
さ、
clothing
新しい商
and
品
verb
開発しない
questions.
でよ。
It's already been made. A lot of these already exist.
まあね。まあそうだけどさ。
Oh, but if you do, yeah, let us know.
そうね。コメントしてください。
That bell means we reached the end of today's episode. Thanks for joining us in another lazy conversation towards fluency. If you have any language-related questions and or are just looking for general advice, send an email to lazyfluency@gmail.com. We might respond in the next episode. Also, make sure to check out our podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. We'd appreciate the support. This has been Joey,
悩み
signing off.
じゃあ
Jane.
ねー。
Bye-bye.
バイバイ。